he arrived, he's already been, thank you very much. Before salary arrived, it's already been dismantled. And that is why salary remain ugly. Ugly in the sense that, no, they normally use ugly for something that is not good, all this. So salary is always a problem because it can never solve problem that is attached to. So that is why it's always in challenges, because before it ends or enter, it's already gone. And that is why this man said, if your salary is the only source of income, you are one step away from poverty. What it means that if that salary stopped for 6 months and even for 1 year, you know, the person who could not get salary for 1 year is almost like a beggar, because it's going to be a pauper. It will remain very desperate that anything, if I can start begging. That is why we are saying you should have a plan B, because this is the thing you need to do at a time like this in Nigeria. Many countries are experiencing what Nigeria is experiencing as well. But one thing I know for sure is that the economy of your country will not determine your income. No matter how bad people might think our economy is, people are still constructing houses. They are building a lot of edifices, doing some, in fact, at times when I see some very good structure being under construction, I was like, and they are saying there is no money in this country. All these people, where are they making money? Some people are just starting building filling station. So people starting there, you know, it is about you, that how much you want to make. It is not the economy that will determine your income, but the value that you are dishing out, you are giving out, attracting that money to yourself. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you have to work till you die. Mere fact, because if somebody has to go to work every day before you can make a living, you go out, you come back, you go out. So at a time when you are even old enough to be resting, but because you must eat, because there is a time to stop working, but there is no time to stop spending. When you are tired or fired, one will happen for those that are on salary earner or that are salary earners. If you are not tired, you'll be fired or retired. One must happen. So when any of those things happen, then you see some people after that, they will say, okay, I want to start doing something, because they must eat, they must survive. But at that time, can they have the strength? Can they have even the patience to build the business and make good money out of it? Because when you see any business person thriving and surviving and making good money out of that business, that person must have spent at least 10 years in that business so that he has mastered everything about that business. Even after that, they still feel challenges. I think this year or thereabout or late last year, Nigerian breweries, they announced that they lost billions. Business they have been doing for decades. And because of one policy or challenges of maybe policy from government or whatever, they started losing even despite their experts in their field. Now imagine they don't have a strong backbone. If it's just ordinary person that is just starting a business for that year and he experienced that kind of loss, that person is already out of business. We are introducing you to a platform, a business that can give you peace of mind. For the past 4 years that I've joined this business, I've never for once hear anybody that will tell me, oh, the money that I used to register, I want to collect it back because you didn't tell me I will not make money without doing anything. You know, it has never happened from day one. We explain everything to everybody. What you need to do, what you need to make, even if it's not to connect or build, you can still be making money from your transaction. And these are our certificates. This NCC alone is more than enough to give conviction for everybody to start a business. It is only TGR in the whole Nigeria that is into this kind of business with leveraging on telecom business that has NCC certificate. No other one has. Because if you have something, you are going to show it. That is why if you ask, they will tell you they don't have. But in TGR, this is the same certificate that InterSwitch want to get from INCC, and they asked InterSwitch to pay 500 million naira. If I not to pay, InterSwitch has paid. And we have other one to back it up to know that TGR is in for business and they mean it. So the company is going nowhere. because the more they stay, the more money they make, the more money everybody makes. So it's a win-win situation, just like MTN. If MTN say they are leaving Nigeria today, who is losing? They are the one that will lose. So why would they run away? Because they didn't take anybody's money, but they are doing business and they are making money. So TGR is also like them, because we are just like intermediary between the service provider and the end users. We are just there to allow you to take some percentage from your expenses, which you don't get if you use other platforms, especially those that are using financial institution to get their recharges done or transaction done. This is our CEO, a humble person and a very pleasant, named by Mr. Adeshayo Babatunde Samuel, fellow chartered accountant, FCA. And for somebody to be a fellow chartered accountant, it's not that easy. That's why you see our dashboard so transparent, so detailed, that everything you do, you see every transaction, even in Kobo, is going to be detailed. And this happened to be the presentation that was given this certificate by former Minister of Communication, Issa Pantami. And this is the letter of commendation that was also given to him. And last year, we have another distinguished guest in our midst that day, who happened to be another former Minister of Communication in person of Barrister Adebayo Shitu. And that you can see people in the hall waiting for the event to start then. We are a dedicated company through which the hidden financial treasure of telecoms get to people to gain their financial freedom and live their dream life. Many people want to be okay, at least averagely. They want to survive. They want to just live peacefully, but they don't know what to do. They have been trying different things. Now we are showing them that there is an easiest way, or an easy way for you to also create wealth for yourself. You see, as I said earlier, TGR is going to be an household aim, that because you can dispute what you are being told, or you cannot argue with what you see. If they are telling you some people are making money, they are making money, it will get to a time that you will see, at least you can hear my voice now. So some people might not have met me before, but when they eventually see me that I have made so amount in TGR, they will believe, even if somebody has been telling them before or doubting, but the day they see me, maybe with my car, they will say, okay, it is true. And if not for TGR, I might not be able to get that car, even maybe up to now. Because one thing about leverage is that what will have taken you 10 years to achieve, through leverage, you can get it under 2 years. And the remaining 8 years, you use it for something meaningful to your life. Data is the fastest selling commodities all over the world because people consume this product per second. Since 2020, we have been made known to let us know that we have the contribution of telecom is more than that of oil and gas in terms of GDP. And this is what contributed to it, because you can see millions of subscribers, 214.35 million as at December 2022. This is where the wealth is coming from. 2.6 trillion on data airtime in just 9 months. That is massive. And this man has taken advantage, at least to leverage from every MTN users. One thing I want us to learn from here is that when the man decided to make this agreement or arrangement for himself with MTN, at that time, the number of people that were using MTN were few, very, very few, because only few can afford the SIM. But he knew then that a time is coming that almost everybody in Nigeria will be holding phone. Even beggars, they have phone. And at that time, if you're just making little from a lot, it's better than making a lot from little. So the same thing this man did is what we are trying to expose everybody to, that even if you are not a child of former president or maybe current one, you can build a system like this and earn for life. Our vision is to become the largest and most reliable distributor of telecom products and wealth building opportunities to Nigeria. Because of what? This is a product that will forever, as I said earlier, will never be saturated. We have reduced unemployment rate in Nigeria. It's true, because me as a person, I'm not looking for a job. which job will pay me the freedom I have? I mean, I can decide not to go out for 1 week. Nobody can do that who is a salary earner. How would the person leave, stay in the house for 1 week? That means he or she has lost that job already. If not, query will be upon query. And one thing that surprises me most is that you will see people, they will go to work every day, dedicated to that work, and still they still remain broke. But now we are showing them a platform where even if they give half of that dedication to TGR, they can make a lot. If people can be consistent, determined, focused to be in a job for 19, 20, 35 years, if you do the same thing with TGR, believe me, you are going to make your 35 years salary in just less than 2 years if you remain focused. Just put in the same commitment that you have to show up every Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. for 10, 20, 30 years. We have our uniqueness on this platform. Our uniqueness stands us out that you can recharge any amount, you still get compensation when you build. As we said earlier, our product is the same thing. Nobody is going to be told that this is how you are going to use MTN when you load, that they use MTN to call customers. Nobody is going to tell you that because you know what it's already meant for. If you are buying recharges or you are doing your recharges from your financial institution, you are doing exactly what this guy is doing. He is recharging, and how much does he has in his bank account? Maybe like JAMSCORE or radio frequency. And what he thought is little or nothing is what the banks are already waiting to take every second, every minute. So if this guy keep feeding them, it's just a matter of time he's going to die because there will be no food and will remain skinny and eventually. But if he decided to turn that spoon around and start giving himself, it's just a matter of time. The flesh will start coming up because that little drops of water is what makes a mighty ocean that many people don't understand. So what do you need to do to make money from this business? It's simple. You need virtual top-up. That is the same technology that all the financial institution has on their platform, on their app that makes it easy or easier for people to recharge. When you join us and you have this virtual top-up on your phone, it allows you to do transaction with ease and get a discount. I was in a meeting telling people that the highest package they have there is 1 million and the next one happens to be 500,000 and they are expecting them to pay that. If they pay within that day, they are going to just work with them that they can make so amount. I laugh inside because I know this person that is, if they were able to convince them and pay 1 million naira, I can guarantee that this person will become a networker that he or she is running away, because all these people that are looking for investment, they want to put money. What they are running away from is that they don't want to invite people, and they have forgotten that there is no business that can survive without people. After putting the money down, the next thing is that they will tell them to share the link of meeting. And so why going for something that is not reliable? Because there is an assurance, or let me say probability, that this person will not make 1/4, even 1/8 of what they promise, even if we decide to. So TGR is something that even with the lowest package, nobody is losing money here. In that one, if you put 1 million naira down, what they are going to give you might not be up to 300,000. And they will tell you it's worth millions. Now they left you in such a way that you can now go and start marketing. You market the product, you are not even sure of how to. So in TGR, we are so blessed. We have a product that is unique. There is no alternative. And you can grow along the way as your maybe financial capacity is. And for different packages we have, this is how the company paid in commissions when you start building and connecting others. You can make money in about 4 ways. The first one is the moment you sign up and you are connecting others, you make more money as they are coming on board. Like the man that said he made 130 something thousand within a day. And that's why we tell you in TGI, when they say you can make between 10,000 to 100,000 in a day, it's possible, it's achievable. You know what to do to make the money. It's not that the company will just keep giving you money without you doing anything. So if you want to make 200,000 naira in a day, you know what to do that. So it's as simple as that. It's mathematical. It's something you can calculate and decide to go for how much you want. And from that, you get, what do you call it? You have this point value that is part of bonus or gift that the company give you, even apart from the 10%, because that 10 PV or this point value is also money on its own. And from this, after your registration, you have got the 10%, you can get 2% on every recharges you are doing. If it is Glo, it's 2.5. The TV subscription is 0.5 and 1% on NEPA bill payment. Then some people can go for services or client services. What this one means is that if you know that you can sell very well, you have customers that is buying, at least where I was waiting for Elijah before we left Ibadan. I saw people say they want to buy airtime, they want to buy data. I was like, this is a product that it connects everybody. So if you are somebody like that, that you can be in a location where you can sell very well, just put up a banner before you know what is happening in a month. You can make more than somebody who is working at secretariat. And where the big money is in Top and Get Reward, this is what everybody is doing already. But we are doing it in such a way that we don't professionalize it in order to make money out of it. You might look for something, maybe you need a very good product, and you ask a friend, oh, I have somebody that is in fact, that person is a genius when it comes to that, and they will connect you. After you have been to that place, you also connect others. That is the same thing with what? Network marketing. This is where wealth is. Like we said, people don't have the patience to build a business for 3 years, but they have the patience to go to work for 40 years. You know, one thing about this business is so amazing that even if you know somebody has a crowd, has the connectivity, connection, and they say, I don't know how to talk. Please tell them that this is a business for them, even if they don't know how to talk. The only thing they need to do is to create a WhatsApp group, add their people there, and the person will do presentation on his or her behalf. If they don't want to do that, let them join Zoom meeting. When people see what they can make in this business, they will eventually do it. And through that person, because what deceives many people is that they think they cannot do it, but they have forgotten that they have people around them who can do it. And if they can get that people on board, indirectly, they are the one doing the business. So that is what they are not seeing. So we have to educate them that, sir, you think you cannot do this, but do you have anybody around you that you think can do this business? If they said yes, then good, get them on board. Eventually, they are the one doing the business and they will be enjoying it. Just like the man we met today. He said he doesn't have the time, but he just told our upline that go to so person. Go, and within, I need one day, over 130,000. To some people, you might think it's small money, and this man is a big man. When I said somebody who is connected to the former governor of a particular state, you know he's a big person. In fact, where we met him today, I don't want to disclose because there are some dignitaries that came today. I was like, this is what I love most about this business. It will connect you with kings and queens. You wine and dine with dignitaries. I do say that where this business has taken me to, or the kind of people that has connected me to, my certificate cannot do that for me. Do you have a laptop or a smartphone? Can you afford 5,000 to start? Do you know 5 people who buy airtime and data often? Can you spare just 30 minutes daily for the first 30 days? If you can do this, I can guarantee you, you are already made in Top and Get Reward, because it's just a matter of time you are getting closer to your dream. And from 22% direct referral, you can also get indirect from 5 to 1.5%. And we did a kind of a roadmap, and this is what everybody should be seeing every day. If it is that 159 million that you wake up every morning and you see, believe me, you are going to get there one day. Why you will get there is because CGR is going nowhere. Somebody who is building a house, today you have 10 sets of blocks, tomorrow you have 1,000. All those ones that you are setting, they are going nowhere. So eventually you are going to complete the house and you start living there. It's not that you build to lintel today, tomorrow they took all the blocks, say go for another land, go and build. You start all over again. After you reach another level, say, okay, no, you don't use this land. That is what had happened to many networks in the past, because they don't have sustainability and the product they have, You know what? There's some funny thing that happens to all these product networks or thereabout. When somebody has made it to the peak, and what they don't realize that, oh, they feel like, oh, let me go and start my own. And they now leave. Meanwhile, they have made money where they are coming. They think by leaving, they will continue to make that money. Is a lie. Because by moving to another company or maybe their own, they want to start afresh. Leaving the first one, those that they have built will start living gradually. Even if they don't want to leave, they are the one that will first pick their strong pillars. And when they do that, definitely there will be no more earnings from this former company again. They want to start their own afresh. By the time they build their own to some extent, those that the person used as a pillar will also leave and start building their own. And that is why you see them living from one company to another, starting to build again over again. And after some years, they have nothing to show for it because there is no sustainability and continuity in what they are doing. Point up and get reward. You don't need to stress yourself. In fact, look at these earnings. If this is what you decided to make in your life, this is 159 million. And I did a calculation that somebody who is saving 50,000 naira every month, it will take that person 166 years to save 100 million. If you now give yourself 2 to 5 years to make this 159 million, now how many years remain? That is about 161 years or years. That if you are saving 50,000, you still need about 161 years to make 100 million. Meanwhile, within 5 years, you have made this. And mark my word, this will be the least you can make. Because the moment you make this money, this is your first 10. They want to make the same thing. As they are trying to make their own, your own is increasing. Because they will upgrade, they will add more people. As this 100 people wants to make the same as these 10 people, your money increases. So that is why I said money in telecom sector, in TGR, you can never calculate how much you can make if you can just remain focused with this company. And we think you can start with 10,000, 5,000 is what you can start with, and you can build people around this thing with 5,000. You are welcome. You still make about 79 million if you can upgrade to 10,000 so that you eventually end to level 6. Because if you're on level 5, it will stop at, I mean, if you're on 5,000, your earnings will stop at level 5. But if you can upgrade to 10,000 and you start building people coming with 5,000, you will still make this money. This is almost 80 million naira. It's still massive. Now, this is 50,000. You see, when I said the one on the 5,000, even on the 10,000, is the least you can make. The reason is because gradually all the team member will be upgrading little by little. So by the time they upgrade, you know, see what you are making little by little. Even within 5 years, you can make this amount of money. And you know what? TGR is just starting. I mean, even despite we are going to 6 years, why I say we just started that we have not even scratched anywhere. We are just thinking of starting. So by the time you now see the big picture, before the end of this year, you will see what will happen by God's grace. You should just determine to be part of those that will be celebrated when we are marking our 6th year anniversary this year. If you have made up your mind that you want to be among those that will be celebrated on our 6th year anniversary, believe me, we are going to celebrate you that day. Because this money will drive you to that place. When you see this money every day, this is just another amazing strategy. If you want to earn millions, if it's possible for you, do or screenshot this thing, print it out and understand how it works. And this is how it works. You are working with just 20 friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances, whoever it is. You just need 20. And each one of them is coming with 5,000. Tell them not to even increase the money. But we are working with the same 5,000. And you get 1,045 naira times 20. That is 20,900. If you can build this, even if it takes you 5 good years to make 250 million naira, which is going to be the least you can make, because those people that you are brought in, they will upgrade eventually. You too, you will upgrade. Everybody will keep upgrading because they will have seen the beauty in upgrading to collect incentive to make extra money in millions. So which means this 250 million is just the beginning, like a foundation. You know, when you are building a house, I do use this example because it's so clear that everybody can understand. It takes a lot of time before the foundation will be set. And that is the most important part of the building. This, your 20, is your foundation. You can struggle, fight, do up and down before you can get this. But the moment you're able to get this strong 20 people on ground, believe me, the remaining will become ease. You just keep building because you have gotten a solid foundation. They are the ones to start building, and for life you have made. So whatever it takes you to get out 20, do it because you are going to be made for life. Now see this one, if it is 13,000, how much can they make from here? And that is what we are telling people, that if you are starting with 5,000 and you decided to upgrade to 10,000 and everybody upgrade to 10,000, see what you are going to make. It's a lot of money. And if we are considering the 50,000 own, see 64. No, 45 billion. TGR. You see, you can pay other platform, but I can assure you that it's only in TGR that you can be rest assured. Because of what? Because we have sustainability, because we have integrity. And the money here is for life. Another juicy part is when you now start making money from transaction of your team members. And this is also massive. My goal with TGR is to be making 1 million naira every day. That's my goal. And it is possible. If you have 1 million, 2 million, or 3 million active subscribers for TGR that are recharging, and if you are just making 50 kobo from 2 million people on daily basis, that is 1 million naira. So the one you have made in billions in terms of referral commission is like a foundation. Now the commission on transaction will now be the house you are building. You just be making free money for life. Power of leverage. This man, I was told that he's in Agege. That is where he normally stays. And he has made money from leverage from this 10 kobo, 50 kobo, 10 naira, 15 naira that people are giving him. And see, he had a pure water factory. He has fleet of cars that is working for him. He has houses. You can earn. You see, there was a time before I joined Top and Get Reward, I was not part of those, or let me say, I didn't believe much about this because I thought it's just a paperwork. But today is another confirmation that I have. When I joined, then, when I started, I have not been making the money, but I was making little. The first month I made 33,000. And there was a particular month in, I think around July or August in 2020. On daily basis, minimally that I make was around 11, 12,000 averagely. So at the end of the month, I was able to earn 370,000 naira in just 1 month from referral commission. And today I had another confirmation when the man told me that he made about 130 something thousand the day he signed up because he was able to connect people to his platform and they register immediately. So when we now say you can make 10,000 to 100,000 in a day, it is achievable. It is you that is left, or you that will decide that how much you want to make. Is it 1,000? Is it 2,000? Is it 5,000? You will decide that on your own. TGR will not do that for you. They have shown you what to do to make the money. So what you just need to do is to do the needful and make this money. Then there's another opportunity that you can make more. We have talked about referral commission in billions. We have talked about transaction commission that can be in millions on daily basis if you build to that level. Now, this is another juicy part that the company will give you extra money if you're able to build your database so strong and people are coming on board every now and then. You make extra money when you are building massively. Before you can enjoy this extra money that we'll call the juicy part of it, which is number 3, in terms of, we have mentioned referral commission, we have mentioned transaction commission. This one now, you must be on 10,000 at least in order to enjoy this. And there's people, about 10 of them, who qualify for many traveling incentives when we're marking our 50th anniversary. You can see their beautiful faces, and see, when money comes, smile will come out naturally. It is only the poor people that always frown. They have nothing to make them happy, so they are always sad. But when you have a peace of mind, you are making money, naturally, you are going to be glowing and you'll be smiling because you can't hide affluence. You can't hide peace of mind. There is a level you can, it is the rich can hide their level of affluence. If you see Dangote today, if it's somebody that has never met him and decided to just wear a short knicker and a top, they might not know he's the one. Some wealthy people can disguise their state of affluence, but poverty, you get to a level that you can't hide it. It's not possible to hide, because somebody who has not eaten for 5 days, can that person fake smiling? It will be so weak. And somebody who doesn't have money, you will see that person look tattered. So poverty will be written all over that person. So there is a level to hide poverty that people, you don't need to even open mouth, say, I dey suffer. They will not say, even before you tell them, they will not say you dey saw alone, not even of alone. So try to be wealthy, try to make money so that you can also have peace of mind and have a peaceful life. Then we have some palliative that happened last month, and we have winners. Others are still going to be added, as I promised. Then when you have 25,000 PV, it might take you 1 week, it might take you 1 month, it might take you 1 year. Anytime you get to this level, you get extra money. There is no kind of target given in TGR that if you don't meet up so you lose so. No, work at your own pace. If you want to make 1 million in 1 month, you know what to do. If you want to make 1 million in 1 year, you know what to do. If you want to make 1 million in 1 week, you are free to do anything you want to do. So those that have earned that amount, that have qualified, and you see their face smiling, glowing, because they have made something. They have made money. And you can see even a little girl can also earn if you're able to build it to that level. You can't hide happiness. You can't hide the joy in you when you are satisfied. And this is our latest qualifier. You know, this madam, Bridget Agba, is applying to this, our digital coin as well. And you know one funny thing, both of them have never met for once. They only know that, oh, this is my upline. Even it was lately before the upline knew her downline. So you can see the amazement in Top and Get Away. So it's not about sentiment that because I don't know my upline, I'll anything. This, our latest qualifier, is another one that is cooking, but we are going to we'll make it open very soon. So what I was saying is that this madam, the way she's going, she can surpass her upline. There is no sentiment in Top Up and Get Reward. If you registered 5 years ago and you did nothing, and somebody registered today and is doing something, that person will make money more than you. If you have 100,000 PV, you get extra 5 million naira from the company as promised, and those that have qualified, they have earned and they have enjoyed and they are still enjoying. And if you have 250,000 PV, the company give you 6 million naira, and you see those that have qualified, they have enjoyed, they are still enjoying. When you have 500,000 PV, you are going to get 10 million naira. Nobody has qualified yet. That is why you don't see the pictures, but very soon you'll be seeing them, because TGR is talk and do. All your earnings you have in your dashboard is as good as the one in your bank account. You can easily convert them to cash and spend. Then what you need to do, if you are, at least you have listened to what we have said, or say, okay, it's time for me to also get on board and tap from this wealth. Because those that have qualified, they don't have 2 eggs. What you just need to do is what? Collect the sponsor ID, referral ID from your sponsor, and start, you sign up, and before you know what is happening, you are getting closer. You become what you believe. If you do today what you did yesterday, tomorrow will look the same as it does today. Everyone has the key. It's just a matter of time, matter of using it. Some people dreams of success while other people get up every morning and make it happen. You know what? If you don't try to create the future you want, you have to endure the one you get. If you don't plan for your future now, that in the next 2 years, I want to be spending maybe 500,000 or earning 500,000 per month, per week, or per day. You decide what you want for yourself. If you want to be earning 1 million naira on a daily basis, by the time we get to that year, even if others are crying that there is no money, there is no food, because you are prepared for what you want to have, you are going to what? Enjoy it. But if you don't prepare for it, you are going to endure. Everyone is a millionaire. You can either have millions of cash or millions of excuses. Choose your millions wisely. Our business is about consistency. If you really want to break even in Top and Get Reward, don't give up. even in this personal life, nobody ever give up. It's only those that have decided to commit suicide. Those are the ones that said, oh, I have given up. But as long as the God that created you has not given up on you by waking you up every day, why do you want to give up on yourself? You still have the chance to make it happen. Now we are showing you a platform where you can become somebody you want to become in life. All you just need to do is what? Sign up, attend Zoom meetings, because training is part of what makes you grow. Without training, without learning, you cannot earn. So once you attend training frequently, before you know what is happening, you become independent and you'll be able to tell people about this business and you are making money. You're not going to give it to the presenter. And if you don't, you can't do that, just connect people to us and we are going to do justice on your behalf. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful evening. So we'll attend to questions one after the other. All right, let's check messages. Okay, I thank God I'm back to Zoom. Okay, you are welcome. It's being recorded, you can rewatch and watch. So if there is any question, for those that are joining us for the first time, you are free to ask. We are going to attend to you. Mr. Shola, are you there? All right, from Triple N, you are welcome, sir. Well, if Mr. Shola is not there, if you have any question, please, can you help us to just signify, raise up your hand or send your message. We are going to what? Attend to you. TGR is a business of everybody. TGR is business that can give you what you want in life. Everything you might think of, TGR will give you. Any question? Okay. But before we end it up, okay, if I'm unable to get others but go on selling and recharging, will I reach such level you are talking about? No. You will only make money from your transaction when you can't connect or you can't. What is the maximum account one can have? It's unlimited though. If you have the strength, you can have 100 accounts. We have some of us who have more than 20 accounts in TGR, but you must be ready to do the work, because if you have multiple accounts, you have to double your action as well so that you can maximize the multiple accounts that you have. But in TGR, the maximum I think you should have now for those that are just joining, unless you know you have the crowd on ground, you can go for 11 accounts. If you can't go for 11, go for 6. If you can't go for 6, go for 4. Probably if you can't go for 4, then go for 3. So you can decide to make any amount. Is something you have to calculate, and before you know what is happening, you see, the more you understand this business, the more you enjoy. Now, for somebody who is selling, because TGR is not a Ponzi scheme, is not return on investment and not money doubling platform. What we are into is that we are trying to compensate people based on the activities happening in their network. We know business of telecom is a very transparent business. When you are doing transaction, you know how much the company even gets and you know how much is coming to you. So based on your own transaction alone, you'll be making money. But that extra of that incentive we talk about, you can't earn it. Because why company is paying that incentive is that point value. Because when I said initially that point value is part of percentage that the company is still paying back out of the money you use for registration. So company is not just taking money away from you. We are using it to build each and every one of us so that we can grow together, unlike giving the money to some certain set of people. To you might think you don't pay money to register there, but what they are taking away from you, within 2-3 years, they have made more than what TGR says you should come and pay. And they will keep making that money for life from you. But in TGR, you can make, just look at me, for example. At least if I'm selling card, there is no way I can, or the company will give me money to buy car for myself. There is no way they will give me 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million naira for thank you selling on our platform. If that is being done like that, other platforms that people are buying airtime and data, they will be doing the same thing. But what we are doing is that we are building each other so that we can grow together and make good money. Oga Akim, thanks a million times. You've done justice tonight. Thank you very much. How to register double accounts? Let me read this question. How to register double account in TGR? Will you use the same details as in your first account? Well, if you want to have double accounts or multiple accounts in this company, there are three things that must not be the same. The system will not accept it. And the first one is username. Username is like your identity with the company, just like your email. You can't use the same details for two emails because that identity must be unique, that the company will know, okay, this is also person. Like, for example, now one of my accounts is Akon123. If another person is registering now, or even I want to register, I want to use Akon123 again, the system will tell me the username has already been taken by somebody, it's already existing. So I cannot use that username. What I can do is to change that username to another one. That's the first one. The second one is the phone number. The company give that so that when they want to reach the owner of the account, there is a way to connect to that person. Because when you are having multiple accounts, the system does not know you are the same person having multiple accounts. They see it differently. So that is why you must have different phone numbers. Then the third one is the email. That email is being used, especially when you are doing transaction, to notify you what you have done. So if you are using the same email in two accounts, by the time you do a transaction in one account, the system will not know where to send email to. Apart from that three, your bank account can be the same thing. Your name can be the same thing, but that three must not be the same. Even if you want to have 10 accounts, you can use the same bank account for it. The only thing that must not be, or three things that must not be the same, is the username, email address, and phone number. Benefit of having multiple accounts for those that can build it. Like, for example, Elijah now, she has multiple accounts. Out of her multiple accounts is that of her children. Three of them, they have qualified for 750. So instead of her having one account to qualify 750, 5 million, 6 million, and 10 million, when she has multiple accounts and she can build it, the main account has qualified for 750, it has gotten 5.5 million, it has gotten 6 million. One of our other accounts has gotten 750, has gotten 5 million. If it is just one account, it's only that one account that will get the incentive. Now, because of multiple and she has 4 kids, also they have qualified for 750, and gradually they will get other incentive as well. So, another question, how many people can I have in one account? As much as you can. If you want to have 1 million people in one account, you are just starting, because the system will not say it's enough. You don't need, or you can't bring others. That's why I do say that if people see what I'm saying, TGR, the kind of wealth here, you are going to double my efforts, because the money here is endless. So if you decide to have first account and you connect 1 million people to that place, you have another account, you connect another 1 million people under the first one. The first one will now be having 2 million downlines. So you are making money in two different ways. One is making money from 1 million people. The other one is making money from 2 million people. So just try to understand how this thing works. You will enjoy being TGR. All right, if there is no question, I want us to quickly watch this video. It's short, but maybe we can learn something from it. Okay, it's loaded. Rabbit and tortoise race team.
Once upon a time, a turtle and a rabbit had an argument about who was faster. They decided to settle the argument with a race. The turtle and the rabbit both agreed on a route and started off the race. The rabbit shot ahead and ran briskly for some time. Then, seeing he was far ahead of the turtle, he thought he'd sit under a tree for some time and relax before continuing the race. He sat under the tree and soon fell asleep. The turtle, plodding on, overtook him and soon finished the race, emerging as the undisputed champ. The rabbit woke up and realized that he'd lost the race. The moral of the story is that slow and steady wins the race. This is the version of the story that we've all grown up with. But our version of the story continues. The rabbit was disappointed at losing the race, and he did some thinking. He realized that he'd lost the race only because he had been overconfident, careless, and lax. If he had not taken things for granted, there's no way the turtle could have beaten him. So, he challenged the turtle to another race. The turtle agreed. Time, the rabbit went all out and ran without stopping from start to finish. He won by several miles. The moral of the story? Fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady. It's good to be slow and steady, but it's better to be fast and reliable. But the story doesn't end here. The turtle did some thinking this time and realized that there's no way he can beat the rabbit in a race the way it was currently formatted. He thought for a while and then challenged the rabbit to another race, but on a slightly different route. The rabbit agreed. The turtle and rabbit started off. In keeping with his self-made commitment to be consistently fast, the rabbit took off and ran at top speed until he came to a broad river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the river. The rabbit sat there, wondering what to do. In the meantime, the turtle trundled along, got into the river, swam to the opposite bank, continued walking, and finished the race. The moral of the story? First, identify your core competency, and then change the playing field to suit your core competency. The story still hasn't ended. The turtle and rabbit by this time had become pretty good friends, and they did some thinking together. Both realized that the last race could have been run much better. So, the turtle and rabbit decided to do the last race again, but to run as a team this time. They started off, and this time the rabbit carried the turtle till the riverbank. There, the turtle took over and swam across with the rabbit on his back. On the opposite bank, the rabbit again carried the turtle, and they reached the finishing line together. Both the turtle and rabbit felt a greater sense of satisfaction than they felt earlier. The moral of the story? It's good to be individually brilliant and to have strong core competencies, but unless you're able to work in a team and harness each other's core competencies, you'll always perform below par, because there will always be situations at which you'll do poorly and someone else does well. Teamwork is mainly about situational leadership, letting the person with the relevant core competency for a situation take leadership. And that is the end of the story.
All right. I think we learned something from here. We need to what? Not only slow and steady, but fast and consistent. Then teamwork also pay. So thank you for listening. I believe you have learned something tonight. All right. Mr. Shola? Okay, let me try if I can unmute everybody so that we can do what? Our normal custom. Mr. Shola, are you there?
I'm with you, mindset coach. I'm with you, sir.
Okay, sir. You're welcome. I think I'm done.
All right. Thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
You're welcome.
Good evening, all.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're
God
welcome,
bless
sir.
you.
Amen.
Have a blessed night.
Alaji,
Good
thank you very much.
so much for the
Thank you
presentation.
all for being there as well. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
And if you have anybody in Oshogo, send them down to our mega seminar on
Thank
Thursday.
you. Good night.
Night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Have a wonderful
God
night.
bless you.
Amen.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
That's a long. Bye.